I got a rabbit foot in my pocket, toad frog in my shoe, crawfish on my shoulder, it's looking dead at you. I got dust from a rattlesnake, I got a black spider bone. If that don't do it, baby, you better leave it all alone. They call me the voodoo woman, and I know the reason why. 'Cause when I raise my hand, you know that sky is gonna cry. I heard that song coming in so strong for this group. And then I got hit with big Marie Laveau vibes and messages about the big easy, the deep south, root work, ancestry, a need to get back to the roots of your ancestry, whatever your ancestry is, learning about your traditions. This message is coming through as a collective message for Leo, Virgo, and Libra Sun. Only Libra Sun native placements, because Libra Sun is Vedic Virgo. And this energy is coming in really strong. It's been coming in the past couple months about the need for Libra Sun to also be paired with the Virgo readings. So I'm following through with that. But we're looking at strong placements with this read. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. We're throwing in Mercury and Mars because of what's been going on with the astrology. And Vedic Virgo, which is Libra Sun. So if you're a Libra Sun native, happy birthday, first of all, blessed solar return. But this is for you too, okay? Drop in for you too. There's this strong need to get back to the roots for all of you collective, the roots of your spiritual traditions, your personal avenue to connect with your ancestral lineage, your personal magics that come from your bloodline. It's like really coming through. And your reading is very unusual. It's like something's being awakened in you. I had to use a changeable light because this energy is really oscillating. It's like shifting. It's like very chameleon-like, very chameleon-like. But it's almost like it's not like a slippery thing. It's not like a now you see it, now you don't kind of thing. It's more like a tuning, like tuning to the new frequency of the chapter you're about to step into. It's like going through that metamorphosis, that goop stage when everything's been dissolved and you're just waiting to see what comes out of that. I had an interesting experience with this group because I recorded your reading. And I set it to, my plan was that I was going to set it to pre-record live tonight for you all. And when I went to go and do that, I realized that I had accidentally deleted the video. And so I was very frustrated. I felt a lot of frustration. I felt a lot of irritation. I felt a lot of heat because I thought I had everything taken care of, but I did something that threw a wrench in the works. And it made me go back to the drawing board. But then it was kind of cool because as I sunk into this energy, I realized, no, it's good that this happened because what's needed is what's coming through. And I feel like that's what's going on with this group. There's something that recently shifted, and your perspective is changing, but I think your feelings about it oscillate. I think they oscillate from one moment to the next. And it's not that you're confused. You're actually very clear. It's more that you're trying to feel out if this new shift in your circumstances really is in alignment with who you're becoming now. This is what I got. And I'm picking up this piece about the need to connect with the roots of your personal spiritual lineages. Very interesting message. I'll be quite curious to see what comes in with this. I also moved the angel out of the way and brought the witch in for you all. So I don't know what's up with that. Okay? I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I know what it is for me. I'm a Libra Sun, Virgo Vedic. I know what it is for me. That's who I am. Ooh. This is like my spicy group. This is my Page of Swords group. Page of Swords in the sunset. Page of Swords, can be daring, can take the risk, can do the thing nobody ever expected them to do. And because of it, they win big. They win big. So it's this kind of energy. It's this kind of like a little bit of the devil may care. There's a spiciness to it. I'm not going to deny it. A little of the devil may care. A little of the need to be mindful as you move, as you flow in the direction that you feel the gravitational pull. Okay. There's a need to be mindful just because, there might be something you missed that you need to double check. You need to double check so you don't have to go back and fix it. Make sure you're doing things cleanly. Make sure you're doing things cleanly. Okay. And then you can avoid frustration because there's this like take two kind of vibe here. So I don't know if you're revisiting a situation. I'm not sure what that's about. It's probably going to be different for each of you, but we're going to dive in. We're going to look at it. We're going to do a wild card reading. I'm pulling out all my spicy cards for this group. I'm not feeling drawn to tarot with this group, like at all. I'm feeling drawn to my shadow and light playing cards, my hidden bicycle playing cards, and the archangel bicycle playing cards. And then we may throw in some arcane bullshit, okay? Give you a read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And then for each of you, each group, I got these books. They're called Rebel Girls. And I'm picking up this rebel energy, big rebel energy, like that's what I feel like. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I'm ready to create for myself. And I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. And it's that energy, it's about working with the dynamic energy of Mars as the initiator, like the magician. And I think maybe that's why all of this kind of like spicy, like fiery, like I started to like get hot and flushed as I was getting ready to do the reading for this group. So, yeah, my people, my people. All right, so I had gotten these books, from one of those little libraries, and sometimes I feel drawn, when I'm out and about, out on the streets, doing my little wild card reads spontaneously out on the streets. Sometimes, I get the download to go to the little free library because there's some books, there's some books there that I need to bring in to use for bibliomancy. I like to use bibliomancy at times, and there are these books by let's see, we got three of them, three different authors, and they came from a series of books, each one different, but it's a Rebel Girls series. And so I got one for each of you. So before I dive into your readings, I want to give you each the message for that, but I'll do Leo's now. Okay, we're going to start with Leo, and then we'll do Leo's reading. After that, we'll go into Virgo and Libra Sun. You're just going to be paired together with your messages, okay? I'll make distinctions where need be, okay? Because I do think there's a little bit of a different influence with that Libra Sun from Virgo. And then I'm going to finish with reading the Libra book that was chosen. Okay, so we'll open up with the Leo, we'll end with the Libra Sun, and we'll get all the readings in between. Okay, so let's start with Leo's book here, and I'm gonna get Leo's banner up here. Okay, hi, how you doing? Y'all good? Y'all good tonight? It's funny being like so up close. I think I got some lipstick on my cheek. You getting ready for your big debut, Leo? I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. I feel like Leo's getting ready for their big debut. And it makes sense because the book that was chosen for you, Leo, is by Alicia Alonso. So pay attention to the names. I don't know if maybe you might know an Alicia or know someone with the last name Alonso. But this may have something to speak to you. It's called Takes the Stage. Okay, I feel like you're preparing to take the stage, and I'm noticing here that this is a ballerina, so maybe dance is something that you need to bring more of into your life. Maybe you need to explore some dance. Maybe there's something that you're doing creatively that you're preparing to kind of have that big debut, and you're getting yourself kind of like ready to put yourself out there. Maybe you're doing a little beautifying, a little pampering, doing a little bit of that glamour magic, doing the roller sets for the hair and doing your makeup and buying yourself, some saucy dresses, maybe some, maybe a nice hat if you're a fella, or maybe if you're, maybe if you're a chick too, or however you identify, there's there's no rules, no rules. And I feel like you're like exploring that too. Maybe you're exploring what is my fashion sense, how do I like to express myself on that level? What is the perception people have of me according to how I present myself? You might be thinking of some of these things. You might also be looking at kind of like um, gender bending when it comes to your fashion statement. Maybe you're being drawn to more of a blending of masculine and feminine like qualities and your presentation, almost like a little leather lace kind of feel is what I'm picking up. Um, yeah, I think it's time for you to get your flowers. I think you've been waiting for some recognition. I think you're getting ready to take a bow, sort of like for something well earned, something you worked hard for, and finally being seen and acknowledged for it. So let's go ahead and let's just see what message is coming in for Leo throughout this month of October as these Aries full moon lunar energies play out leading up to that solar eclipse new moon in Scorpio on October 25th. What does Leo need to know? I have no idea what it's going to say. She had a few minutes to come up with a magnificent performance outfit. I cannot make this up. Last night, she'd worn her father's black top hat and her mother's gloves. One lace, one leather. One lace, leather. Ah. Tonight, she would try a different look. Oh my God, that's awesome. I love it. That is so awesome. So we know that you're doing an image revamp right now, Leo. Okay, you're doing an image revamp. This is pretty cool. You know, I think you're kind of like figuring out, who am I? You know, who am I in the world? Where am I going now? How do I want people to see me? You know, um, Ted is just gobbling away over there. Maybe you're feeling like you've like put on some weight recently or something. Maybe there's some habits you're trying to transform. I don't know, that just came in for somebody. I'm just listening to Ted gobbling away back there. Maybe you've been having like the munchies. Maybe some of you are, you know, you like to toke. You like to have some kind herb and you've been overdoing it on the munchies lately, or maybe you've been out late having fun. Some of you may have been in the recording studio or doing some kind of work. I feel like there's a lot of media coming in with this particular group. A lot of media, a lot of musicians, a lot of performers, a lot of people who are doing stuff where they're being filmed, where they're being on camera, where there's this kind of element to their work, something where they have to be kind of in the public eye. Maybe it's kind of a new position to be thrust into the spotlight. Not like you've never been in that place before, but it's like kind of a brand new experience to have to put yourself back out there in that way again. It's been a while, and you're like doing a revamp. That's what I'm getting. And bottom of the deck energy, we have the Four of Diamonds. So definitely, I feel like this is in relation to your work. You're trying to create some kind of security for yourself. All right. So let's see what this security is about. Let me see what is going on for Leo. Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Orpac, fifth house, a stellium, 3 or more planets in that fifth house. How are things going to play out for Leo in October? Okay. It's kind of an interesting environment we got going on here. Look at these. Oh, gosh. Okay, I feel like the security in a home situation has been really rocked recently. Something happened. It was a real disappointment. There's some kind of, the foundation of the matter is this. You're worried about your security. Something happened to disrupt the security in the home with this 4 of clubs here. Maybe also this could be related to security in a committed relationship too, like a serious committed relationship. This would be like a relationship that you thought maybe it was going to head toward marriage if you were not already married. At the very least, somebody that you were living with. This is like a serious type of commitment. And there was some disruption in this security. I think this was something that you were really hoping for, that this was going to be somebody that you could have this security with, that you could trust, that you could build with. And there's this disappointment there, okay? We see this with the 5 of Hearts, all right? But it's in the light. It's in the light. And so what I'm getting is it's almost like there's this disruption that needed to happen in this situation. It was necessary for this disruption to happen because there was something that was false in this situation. So let me see what we got going on here. What's coming in now? What's coming in now for Leo collective in this situation? What's the blessing in this challenging situation for Leo collective? Okay. We got the Queen of Hearts, water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, coming up in the shadow, all right? To the 3 of Spades, coming up in the light. This is very much a case, oh my gosh, I got intense sentience. This is very much a case of the wound is where the light gets in. The wound is where the light gets in. This needed to happen because somebody was acting emotionally out of their shadow. Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts in shadow is like the Red Queen. in Alice in Wonderland, off with their heads, just very cold, and cunning. Cunning can be manipulative. So there was something that happened here. There was some kind of situation that was not being handled, ethically. Somebody was creating a disruption in this situation, a Queen of Hearts, caused heartache. And it may feel like a big disruption. It may feel like a big disruption to a certain security or stability. But there's a reason why this needed to happen. Bottom of the deck energy, 9 of Hearts in the shadow. That didn't work out because it was a false wish. You thought it was the thing that was going to give you gratification. And with this Queen of Hearts coming up with the 9 of Hearts, both in the shadow aspect, that totally gives me the vibes of be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And it's almost like you had to step outside of your true nature in order to go for this wish. There's something about that was like a betrayal of the self. And so there was deep wounding that happened there because it was like you knew you did it to yourself. You knew you did it to yourself. It was because of your own choices, by your own will it was done. I don't feel there's a denial of you in this piece. I'm big time feeling the Queen of Hearts representing you or somebody you were dealing with. Strong connection, somebody you were dealing with in a romantic way. And remember, when we're bringing in these signs, it's any strong placement. All right. So don't get too hung up on that because you don't know everybody's natal chart. But we see, look at this, 5 of Hearts in the shadow. This was guaranteed to disappoint because it's one of those things that you knew deep down you weren't moving in the right way in this situation. So you knew there would be no other result other than for it to turn out exactly like that. Okay. A lot of this may have had to do with money. This might have been a relationship that was purely for the security that could provide. We see you were concerned with security. We also saw that security came up in the shadow. And now because of that security is threatened. And there's something about this too. There's this piece in here that with the 9 diamonds showing up in the shadow like this, it's like saying that you're holding yourself back. You're sabotaging yourself. Remember, I saw that Page of Swords come in for this whole group here. Okay. So with that Page of Swords energy, this is like when you're playing tricks on yourself. It's a bit of coyote medicine. You're like chasing your own tail. You're chasing your own tail. Like you're creating your own issues. And especially this relates to work, where you're really meant to like follow your heart, do what you want to do, and move independently. And this is about building for yourself instead of being so concerned about building with another. For some of you, I'm really picking this up for the feminines. Some of you feminines have always felt like you needed, a partner to hold it down for you. Or maybe you went that kind of, I picked up like this kind of like Lilith energy. Like maybe you would kind of like, you'd make arrangements. You'd make arrangements so that you could have certain needs provided for you, whether it was that like having like kind of like a sugar baby, sugar daddy kind of situation, or some kind of clandestine arrangement, some cases playing the other woman, but because it served a purpose, like there was a means to the end and you got something out of it. That's not everybody's story, but I'm talking about a shadow energy here. So we're bringing this in. We talk about the shadow and the light. We don't avoid either. It's important. This is the stuff we need to look at if we're going to grow and if we're going to get beyond it. And everybody has the power to transform their life. It all is just that instant that you decide to make the choice, that you want to step out of that. And we see that you're meant to step out of this because actually with that 9 of diamonds, if you transform this shadow, you would generate your own abundance. You would generate your own success. It's a matter of self-worth. It's not valuing enough what you have to put out there, what you have to share, and to go independently, to not have to rely on the group, to not have to rely on another, to stand on your own. And in particular, in relation to your work. Yes, look at this. This is what gets things moving with the 8 of clubs. You're meant to go your own way. You're meant to break from the pack. That's what I got. You're meant to break from the pack. And if you break from the pack, this gets things moving. You might even need to move. It might be good that there's disruption in the home. Maybe you got too comfortable there. Maybe it's time to do something different. It's okay if it's uncomfortable at work. Maybe that's not the kind of work you're supposed to do anymore. I think you know the kind of work that you want to do, and you need to go for it instead of sitting there and allowing yourself to be in a situation that you know is not you. It's about being brave. Because right now, this is a bunch of illusion and a bunch of options that are empty because these are fallow fields. There's nothing here to grow. It's time to strike out on your own. 2 clubs in the light. Get a different view. Stop looking back at the past. You're not going that way. And it's about seeing your future forward the way that you want to see it, the way that you want to experience it. But instead, you're sitting here in the wound. Why? Why do you delight in the wound so much? Why are you punishing yourself? You're not there anymore. Did you not do the work? If you didn't do the work, this work is going to need to be done. Jack of Spades, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're meant to move forward in this manner. You're not supposed to get too socked into your heart right now because we can see there's some kind of romantic attachment. I'm getting that it's to a past situation with the 5 of hearts there, that there's like this unhealthy, toxic tie to, and you know it's not healthy. I feel there's too much showing up here that you recognize that it's unhealthy, and in fact that you're quite aware of the role that this connection has been playing for you and what you've been getting out of it. And you're also aware that it's not really benefiting you because there's so much in the shadow here. And 5 of Cups, 3 of Spades fucking hurts. It hurts. Nobody chooses to stay there unless they're a glutton for punishment. This is like an attachment to the wound. And I believe it's because there's too much courting. There's too much courting. There's like a need to cut the cord. I got this really strongly. You need to cut the cord. You need to work with that sword, to speak your truth, to not mince your words, to be decisive, to take the actions that you need to take and stop wasting any more time with it. Stop giving it more time thinking like, oh, it's going to change. It's going to change. You can wait here forever. You know damn well it's not going to change. It's not going to change. You could also have your sights set on a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius that you want to move towards. Maybe you're hoping this person will move toward you. All right? They may. They may very well. Maybe this person wants to work with you on some level. We got the Joker coming up in the light, a little bit of divine play. Maybe there's some kind of opportunity that's coming in for you that gives you an opportunity to move. I got for a career opportunity, something that'll light your spark, gets you excited. It's a little bit of divine play in your life. It's a little bit of like sort of thumbing your nose at fate, like, taking a chance, doing something that's a little out of pocket. Maybe it feels a little scary, but I think that you've been so disappointed and you've already got disruption in your stability. So why not? Why not roll the dice? Like, why not roll the dice and just take the chance? I think that you'll find fortune favors you. This is a case where that, like moving with that Page of Swords energy, where you're just daring and wild and just take a shot, really pay off. I want to do a kind of the deck on this, and then I want to pull out a few other cards for you, get a clearer picture of this situation. Yeah. Ready yourself, steady yourself for the 2 of Spades coming up in the light, okay? You need to block out all the outside noise. You need to just sink into yourself. Go, sit under the fucking moon, Let it cool your emotions a little bit. You're a little too heated. When you're heated, when you got a hot head, you can't make clear decisions, whether they're hot because they're inflamed by passions or anger, okay? But I did, Ted said yes. And I did feel a lot of like heat in my body as I was preparing to tap into your energy, Leo. I felt a lot of heat. I felt a lot of frustration. I felt a lot of agitation. I felt like I don't want to deal with this. I'm, just a lot of like kind of pressurized. You need to do some moon bathing, like get yourself under the moon, let the moon like wash over you. Just envision like those lunar rays pouring over you from the heavens like mama's milk, just bringing in this like cooling, this nurturing, and this cleansing energy, reminding you who you are, like just letting all this like old, dark, heavy energy just fucking be cleansed from you. Let it get absorbed in the earth beneath you, carried down into the core of the earth to transform into medicine that will nurture you, that will have your power being drawn up from the source of the earth, your grounding, and just like rise like sap in you and awaken you and remind you of your right to take up space in this world. And to not is to deny your birthright. And you need to go for this. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of it. The more that you get clear, the more that you're going to know your direction ahead and exactly what you need to do. And I do think you have somebody coming towards you with an opportunity. Yes, we see that. Okay, because here you are, Queen of Clubs. This is you. So you got some air sign coming towards you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, coming in fast. There are going to be some words exchanged. I believe it's about an opportunity for moving forward in a new way. All right. And there's cooperative help here. This is somebody that's going to like be of assistance. Okay. There's mutual investment in this situation with the Six of Diamonds. In some cases too, this could be a business partnership. I feel like you got options coming in. All right. With the Seven of Cups. But with the Seven of Cups, it's sort of spun when I laid it down, sort of did this little half spin. With the Seven of Cups, you have to be mindful of your choices, okay? Be really mindful of your choices because, it's the choice you make that's going to make all the difference for you. And I think you're going to make the right one because we got the Six of Clubs here coming up in the light, okay? So this is good. It's like this disruption needed to happen so you would have the daring to go forward toward a new opportunity. Whoa. Yes, and it's definitely related to a work situation, okay? Because this just kind of jumped out and stuck to my Eight of Diamonds in the shadow, okay? This is about transforming a work situation, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull just a few, well, whatever wants to pop out of the deck here for you from the super awesome future deck. And then I'll get to the next sign. I'll get to Virgo and Libra Sun-Vedic Virgo, okay? But right now we're shuffling for Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Pact, 5th house. Show me what's in store for Leo in October. Ooh, okay. Okay. Just one card. Look at this. Your read is fucking wild. You've been in a long, dark hallway. And you've been fumbling your way through, and you finally have the light shining on a door. You have all the keys inside of you. Only one key is going to open that door. I view these keys as like opportunities of different doors you could open, just like that Seven of Cups. But only one of these doors leads to your success, okay? So be very mindful of your choices. Make sure your choices are made from the place of you that is healed and whole, not the part of you that was broken. Okay? Those are the keys you want to access. So get really clear and listen to your heart, and you'll know which key to use. You'll know the right door to open. And this is going to be the beginning for you of a beautiful new chapter in your life. I mean, Six of Wands is success. It's triumph over the adversity of the past. It's recognition. It's being seen for who you are. And it's having your time to take the stage, having the spotlight. Okay. So go for it. Go for it, because something really good is going to come out of it for you. Take the risk, no matter what anybody has to say about it. Okay. Just trust yourself. Trust yourself. All right. Virgo. All right. So this read is going to be for Virgo and Libra Native Sun, which is Vedic Virgo. Okay. And the book that came up for Virgos specifically, okay, because I did a separate book pulling for the Libra Sun Vedic Virgos. The book that came up for Virgo is Builds a Business. Builds a Business, okay? And it's by Madam C.J. Walker, okay? So I don't know if maybe you know someone named C.J. or if you're dealing with a madam. Or you know somebody with the last name Walker, maybe even a first name, you never know. I don't like that name Walker as a first name. I feel like you might be ready to walk from a certain situation. There's a certain situation, maybe you've just about had your fill up. I think that you're stirring the pot. I see you stirring the pot. I see you stirring the pot. I also see some of you really getting into cooking. You're getting things cooking. I'm picking this up. I mean, there is a spicy edge. Some of you are doing workings. Some of you in this group are root workers. You've been doing root work. You've been doing, making something. Maybe you got a business where you do this. You make different kinds of like herbal concoctions, decoctions. Maybe you make like a different sort of like, like tuberosa oil and van and, um, I got like money drawing oils and things of this nature, spiritual baths, stuff like this. I'm like picking up somebody who has a business like this, maybe even a business like this in New Orleans. And you're building it. You're just getting started. I feel like you're working within your home. You don't have your own space yet. You got like just this little space set aside in your home and you're working with what you got. And it seems like it's like just humble beginnings, but these humble beginnings lead to something really great, really amazing. And I think you're really going to be a stir too. I think you're really going to be a stir. It starts out small, but causes a stir. And then soon everybody knows who you are and they know you're the one who specializes in this. You're the one who specializes in this. And I see that you're putting a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of energy into it, but it's because you love it. You're really enjoying what you're doing. You're really vibing off the work you're doing. It's making you feel a real deep sense of contentment. I don't see you really sitting around a lot. I see you continue to get drawn back to your work, like maybe even feel like you should take a rest, but you can't help it because you're feeling really inspired in what you're doing. Really cool energy. Okay, and it is the Rebels Girls series, Rebel Girls. So there's like this piece that you're doing something that's a little different. Your way of doing things is different than anybody else is doing, and that's what makes you stand out. Feel like you stand out, okay? You stand out and it leads to success. So let's see what is coming in for Virgo collective, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, packed sixth house in October. Layla had learned a new way of straightening hair using hot iron combs. The combs didn't make hair so brittle that it broke off, the way hair did when chemicals were used to straighten it. Best of all, women could simply wash their hair to go back to their kinky style. Nice, nice. So yeah, that is so wild. Yeah, it's like doing something that nobody else knows how to do, doing something your own way, doing something your own way. And I definitely like get that piece that it has something to do with herbs and oils and like natural products, a more like holistic way of doing things. Very cool. Well, if you're the only one who can solve a problem, that's what really makes for a success. If you can address somebody's problem, then you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do to make that person happy, right? Got to find a solution to their problem. So begin there. If you've been trying to think of where should I put my focus in building my business, ask yourself, what is the one core problem, that my ideal client would have? Like, where could I really help them? Where could I really support them? And how would I do that? It's a good place to start to explore. All right. So let's see. I'm going to do the super awesome future cards with you. We're just going to start right out with these, okay? So this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Pact, 6th house, and Libra Sun natives. What is coming in throughout this month of October? Ooh, this is good. Okay. We have illness in reverse. All right. So it looks like there's been somebody who's been dealing with some sickness, and maybe you have been feeling under the weather and you've been recovering from something, or it's also possible that you've been watching over or helping support somebody who's been really ill, helping to provide some kind of solace, some kind of caregiving, holding some space for somebody who maybe was in the hospital struggling with something. This could also be a case of mental illness, okay? Maybe there's somebody who has been struggling to get their equilibrium. They've been having some issues. Maybe you've been caretaking somebody who is struggling with depression or something along these lines, and you've been trying to hold space. It seems like it's been kind of a heavy situation, but I see with that turning in reverse like that, you're moving out of that energy, which is good. I think this person is on the upswing. This person's making a recovery. Something was, turned around in this situation. There's been some kind of release. So let's see what's coming in October. There might have been some kind of part of you that you transformed, some part of you that you realized wasn't healthy, that, maybe you took some time to do some healing work. Maybe you had to process a heavy death, a heavy ending in your life, and you just needed some time to yourself to integrate what you were feeling, to get in touch with your emotions. And I think that that's such a healthy thing to do. It's really important that we honor the great rites of passage in our lives. And some of you have been, holding space for somebody who passed away, and grieving the loss of somebody you really cared for. And that sometimes that can be letting go of a friendship, letting go of a situation that you just know doesn't serve you anymore. We do see that this is the case for some people. Maybe there's been like some kind of agreement made, some kind of agreement made. Maybe it feels like kind of a difficult compromising agreement here with the handshake. Okay. But I think that you're trying to move from like this higher place of consciousness. Okay. With this energy here, you see there's an agreement in spirit. I feel like this was a soul contract. This is somebody that, you caused you pain in the past. I feel like it's an old situation. It's something that caused you pain, but there's been some kind of like let's just agree to disagree kind of energy is what I got to it. Let's just agree to disagree. Let's just try to be peaceful. But there is something that's uncomfortable about this situation. And yet I feel like you're trying to move through it in a way that, you can feel good about, that you don't regret it at the end of the day, that you don't look back and go, God, I wish I would have handled that differently. It was 44:55 on the clock. And I think that's the main thing. It's like you don't want to live with any regrets. I also feel that there's some kind of bond here. There's some kind of bond. I feel like it's somebody that you connect with where you got like a real like spiritual bond, you know, it's somebody that you can really rely on, a friend that you can really rely on and count on during the tough times. And I believe you've been doing a lot of talking to this person. There's been a lot of messages with them. It's helped you a lot through this process, you know. They've been really good for you. So it's helped to kind of keep you balanced in dealing with this situation. Yeah, look at we see the dogs, you know, you got some loyal people in your corner that are really looking out for you and ensuring that you have the support you need and reminding you to have some fun and you got your people who are like, don't worry, I always got you. I got your back, you know, and these are people you can count on. You know, I also feel like there's some new people coming into your life and some people have to go because they don't really match where you're heading. Not everybody can go with you where you're going now, you know. Some people didn't really like seeing you be successful. You know, they may have shaked your hand and congratulated you, but they did so kind of begrudgingly. That's just the facts. It's just the facts, man. But there are people who are in your corner and they do want to see you succeed and they are loyal to you, you know? So, you know, just trust that. I just thought that some of you like might be having some kind of like bachelor's party, you know, you got the guys all together. Maybe you all got like certain like you got certain jackets you wear. I got like Grease vibes. You know, maybe you're going out and doing something fun together. Maybe you're all, you know, getting tattoos together or something like that. I'm just feeling like there's a connection with you and maybe you're having like a bachelor party or something along those lines. But there is a new cycle beginning here. It's a brand new cycle and I think it's going to be really rewarding for you, okay? Okay, now I turned it up in reverse, so I got to look at that like that. Now there is an opportunity here. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. Oh, and then it was the only card that was in reverse. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I got to turn this around. This is look. Okay, you had the keys was in reverse and the wish in reverse. I just turned around the keys upright so you could see it. So this is a missed opportunity. And I think you're feeling like that. I think you're feeling a bit like you missed some opportunity. But I think what you're neglecting to see is that you have the keys. You know, you have the keys. You're the one who decides which door you open. Like nobody forces you to go through any door. You choose the door you want to go through. You know, maybe there's some question you need to ask yourself about that. You know, are you investing in the right things? Did you make the right choice? Maybe you've been waiting for a certain door to open up for you. You've been waiting for an opportunity and you just haven't seen it come through. And that's been frustrating for you. You feel like you've been left holding the keys. Can we get on with this? You know what I say to that? Like, you can't hang around. You can't wait around, man. What's that? You can't wait around. You got to keep moving. You got to move forward. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is why you've been waiting around. There's the illness on the top of the deck, you know? Maybe you haven't been feeling your best. Maybe you need to get your confidence up, you know? Maybe you need to pull yourself out of that rough cycle. Maybe you're just in a period where you've really been through a lot. It's been kind of a hard climb, and so you need a chance to rest, recover, you know? And maybe it's okay, just rest up a bit. It's also possible you might have had to turn down an offer that wasn't easy for you to turn down. You know, you didn't want to turn it down, but you knew it's what you needed to do if you were to move forward in a healthy way. And so you might need to integrate that experience, okay? Yeah, you know, spend some time alone with the cat lady here, right? Look, cat lady's enjoying her own energy. I think you need to just relax, have some lazy pajama days, you know, chill out, you know? It's cool, man. Just relax, enjoy yourself. You know, give yourself a break. You don't need to be so hard on yourself all the time. Everything's unlocked for you. Look at this. Your manifestations are coming. We got the infinity here. This is 8 energy. This is your visions coming into being. This is you being totally supported. All right? Totally supported. This is abundance energy. So that business, it's going to grow. You know, and that's kind of nice. Maybe if you've got like a little home-based business, you know, you can kind of be in your cozies, you know, you can give yourself to, you know, create an enjoyable working atmosphere for yourself. And we see right behind that, we have the spaceship. Okay, so this is a new chapter that's opening for you. There's going to be travel involved. You're going to have to travel for your work. There's some opportunity coming that's like out of this world, out of this world. That's what I got. It's out of this world. It's once in a lifetime. It's big. It's big. And it will lead you into really huge expansion. And you may feel like almost disoriented by this opportunity. You're going to be like, ground control to Major Tom, it's like this kind of energy. But I feel like it's a whole new cast of characters coming into your life. This is big expansion. And this is not like temporary. These are people that are going to be part of your life for a long time. They're in it for the long haul. You're aligning with your soul family. So that's a really cool message. And I think you're always going to have those people from the past that you feel close to and you remember fondly, and they had a special magical connection. They woke up something inside of you. And so where you do have to let some things go, where you do have to close certain doors so you can step through the new one, it's okay. It's okay to let it go, but without fight, right? To just be grateful for the good times you had, for the magic this person awakened in you. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, somewhere here there's a breakup happening, okay? There is a breakup. Something is ending, whether that's a breakup with a lover, a breakup with a marriage, a breakup with a friend. This is somebody that meant a lot to you. So it's not necessarily easy to let it go. It's not easy to walk away, but you know that you can't go down with this shit, man. You're not meant to be here. These people need to save themselves, all right? And there's a lot of people who just bailed. They just jumped ship and they left you hanging. Well, there you are, like way off in the distance. You see, you're in that sailboat, man. You're not in these troubled waters anymore. And you got to just leave these people to sort out their own drama. It's not for you to fix, right? You got to relieve yourself of this whole like burden, and you notice when you're around these people, like everything doesn't work, man. It blocks your blessings, it disrupts your flow, and you got to move beyond this, okay? Because as long as you stay, lamenting over this or stay stuck on this, feeling bad about this or feeling guilty because you need to walk away, you keep yourself from this. Look, this is the love. This is the real love. And look, there's that magical unicorn that was there. You know what? In some cases, some of you are reviving. You're reviving a relationship. Maybe if you've had a little time apart from somebody, maybe you had some kind of challenges, okay? Some kind of challenges, maybe you got in a fight with somebody that you love, you've had some time apart, and the time apart allowed you to reflect and get a clearer view of how much you do appreciate each other, the magic that you woke up in each other. And some of you are making it official. Look, this could be a marriage card here, all right? I'm going to do a cut of the deck energy here, but I do feel like there's a new cast of characters coming in, and you're definitely uniting with a soulmate. Now, you got the attack on this side, so there's an unexpected element here. Oh my God. And it's related to the past with the zombies, all right? So, be woke. There's going to be people that are not going to be pleased about this situation. They may give you a hard time. They may come down on you for, you going for what, really fulfills you and makes you happy. You may feel challenged by some people from your past, and that may feel like a blockage to you, for your happiness. I think it's time to really, whoever is attacking you, whoever's making you feel like that, like there's something wrong with you, being happy, living your life, enjoying yourself. You got to just shake it off, man. Just look at this. You're stepping into this abundance, and look at that yellow brick road. You're about to go off on your adventure, and it's going to take you all the way home in a big way. We've got big abundance and financial growth coming in for you. Like that's just where you're at right now. Like you're more focused on your growth, and it's awesome. Invest in yourself. Not everybody's going to like it. And some people actually might have a problem with you, stepping into your success. It was more comfortable for them when you had to play small, so they could have their time. But it's your time now, And so I think you should just shake it off. Any of these harsh words anybody has to say, anybody who, comes back from the past trying to block your blessings, if you're not gonna like be part of like enhancing my life, then you know you gotta go. If you're just gonna drag me down, you gotta go. I think that's kind of the stance you need to take, because you got something really amazing building here with your business, and you do have love. You do have love coming in, love to the infinity, okay? To infinity and beyond, I just heard. So that is an awesome thing. And just for the Libra portion for your book quote, all right? Your book, Bibliomancy, Libra, you have cracks the code. Ada Lovelace wrote this. Ada Lovelace. And it's interesting because I see this figure sitting and they're talking. I feel like there's something that they are teaching. All right. They look very relaxed. We see an abacus in the background. So there's some kind of counting being done here. They are dressed rather stylish. Okay. That is quite the Libra thing. I think maybe you need to, you know, get yourself dressed up a little bit more, Libra. Even if you are doing work at home, because this looks like a very relaxed atmosphere that you're working in, or maybe there's some aspect of your work where it's kind of like a relaxing sort of atmosphere. So maybe you don't normally put a lot of attention into your outfits at work, but there is this piece of like, you know, putting on a nice outfit. I feel like some of you are teachers or you do some kind of public speaking or workshops. And I also feel like there's some of you that are writers, okay? And there's some kind of book that you're meant to write, you're meant to put your energy into. You need to get back to your writing because it'll send you to the counting house. You'll be making some money. I just heard sing a song of sixpence, pocket full of rye, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Oh, wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in the counting house, counting all his money. The maid was in the garden eating bread. No, the queen was in the parlor eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden hanging up the clothes when along came a blackbird and bit off her nose. Oh, look at this. Cat to the side. Have you been dealing with a third party? Have you been dealing with somebody that's been trying to interfere? Maybe somebody that you trusted? Because I mean, a maid, they have access to your home. You know, they have access to your home. So that feels like somebody that you should be able to trust. Looks like you're going to crack the code. You're going to figure out who's been interfering in your situation. This is what I get. But I do think you all need to, and you might be telling them about it. You might be educating them about like what you learn. Maybe you find something that helps you crack the code. Okay, I just got that. Okay, Libra Sun, Libra Sun. What is our past? Oh, Libra, Libra, Libra. Yeah, let's see. But Miss Byron, why do you speak as though your marriage and your studies are two separate things that cannot coexist? I got married, I had 2 children, and I continued my work. There is no need to choose between a family life and a life of the mind. Those who think there is probably don't have much of the second. All right. Well, maybe this is about rethinking a relationship. We did see love piece come in. Maybe there's been an imbalance in the home caused by some financial aspect. Maybe somebody's been putting too much time, too much attention into the finances, not nurturing the relationship enough. Maybe there needs to be more of a balance found here, you know? Maybe because there was this focus, somebody came into the picture, a third party, and created disruption in the situation. Might be a money piece there. That's what I got. So pay attention, Libra sons.